welcome to the Gen AI Africa podcast, where we decode the future, spotlight African innovations, and amplify your voices that are shaping Africa's digital future. And today, guess what? We are recording in the morning. So today we are joined by Sandile. I think you can even hear our voices like, we just woke up. We're joined by Sandile, Mremi, and Sihle Ndlovu. From Within Code, they will be telling us about the future of work, the work around digital innovation and artificial intelligence. As we say that Africa has been really a spectator, and we've been just observers. We haven't had like a significant contribution when it comes to artificial intelligence. So we want now to hear from Within Code about how are they building or are they developing local AI talent through their programs. As I said, that we are strengthening communities through digital trainings, and also they work with making sure that young people in South Africa are equipped and are ready for the world that is AI driven. Of course, explorers, I'm with Thulani, the host with the most. Hi, Thulani.
Hey, Wangi, the host with the most.
Hi, Sandile. You are welcomed in Sihle. How are you guys?
Hi, Bongile. Hi, Thulani. Thank you so much for having us. Well, okay. So sorry for waking you up so early in the morning.
No problem. Can you introduce yourself and like what are your roles within Code and what programs that you guys are offering in, like, are they free courses? Are they for beginners? But you can just start by giving a brief introduction.
Yeah, okay. No, Sihle, you can go ahead.
All right, no problem. Hi, Bongile. Hi, Thulani. I hope you guys are well. So I am Sihle Ndlovu, and I have my colleague here, Sandile Mremi, and we are AI training facilitators at Within Code, right? Within Code itself is a software development training academy, and they have got a 16-month-long software development course, which is tuition free. It is an intense coding program, which is really great. I think Sandile and I are testament of that, because we were once Within Code students. We also just recently launched our Gen AI course, which is the reason we're here today.
Wow, amazing. Sandile, you can go ahead.
I think I can just copy and paste what Sihle said. But yes, we're definitely a testament to how Within Code is able to create opportunities for those that, for example, are lacking financially. And you guys having to reach out and just giving us this opportunity to talk more about how Within Code is also bridging that gap for so many people is quite amazing. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm inspired by the work that you do. I just want to understand if, like, I want to be enrolled in your programs, do I need to have coding experience, or I can just, if maybe I have a metric, I can just go, like, what are the criteria? What is the criteria for me to be enrolled at Within Code?
So for the main program, which is a 16-month-long program, we do not need your metric certificate, so you just need to be eager to learn software development, right? But with our Gen AI course, the one that we have out right now, which is the technical track, you do need to have at least one language or programming language knowledge, right, for you to be able to take the course.
Wow, thank you so much. And like, how do you then bridge the gap between like the people who are not exactly like in the tech space? Let's say I don't want to do the Gen AI, but I just want to do other courses. Like, how do you bridge that gap for people who don't even like know how this technology world works? So, yeah.
So for people who you're asking in regards to people who are not in knowledge with anything tech related?
Yes, young people who are not in the tech space, but they want to tap into the tech space, but through your Within Code Academy. So, academy.
All right. So, like I said, with the full program at Within Code, we need no prior experience, right? You just need to be eager. And so, what that means is once you've joined the program, we start you from scratch, right? There's no need for you to have any prior coding experience. We literally start you from scratch to what Sandile and I are today.
Hey, Sihle.
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think it answers your question pretty much. If I may come in, Bongegile. So I registered, I'm successful, I'm part of your training course, right? So what am I learning? What does the course structure look like? How do I go from one programming language? Which programming language is important for me to have, or advantageous for me to have?
So I understand your question. Can you let me know if you're asking in regards to the Gen AI course or the main program?
Sorry for the lack of clarification. I mean the Gen AI course.
Right.
Yeah.
So for the Gen AI course, okay, could you please repeat your question? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so the first one is, which programming language would be preferred for me to jump into that course, and how does the course structure look like? Do I start from prompt engineering? Or what does it look like? What do I get at the end of it?
A few weeks ago,
All right. So in terms of that, right, the minute you have applied, when you go into our course, or rather have a look at our curriculum, we start you out by suggesting which Gen AI platforms would be good for you to use. So we give you a brief overview of ChatGPT, Gemini, and all of that. And then in terms of language that would be best for you, we don't really, I wouldn't really say there would be a language that is best, because our prompts are general. So you can use it for any language, any project. And that's the aim of the course, right? We're trying to help people in different departments be able to solve different problems. So if we were language generic, we'd be limiting quite a lot of people. In the course, you have prompts for things like testing, debugging, documentation, and refactoring your code, and even learning new languages, right? So it's very generic, but yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that the course is more focused on like Gen AI, not the underlying structure and things like, if I have to learn more about, let's say, data science and some part of the strands within the artificial intelligence space, is it just specific to generative AI? I think Sandile.
Yeah, so if I may come in, right? So our course mostly focuses on how generative AI can support software development, across the full life cycle. So it's mostly catering for software development, because this is also, a software development academy. And in whatever fields that you are, it could be data science, it could be cybersecurity, you are familiar with some of the languages. For example, you are familiar with Python, which is one of the languages that you can find in the course. The course also covers Java, you have JavaScript. So we're quite diverse when it comes to programming languages. And in terms of the key modules and what they include, it does include prompt engineering and AI assisted coding, so where learners can just discover how to use tools like, your ChatGPT, your GitHub Copilot, just to write, debug, and just understand code as a whole. And like Sihle said, it does also cover, generative AI for testing, for refactoring, documentation, and just helping students automate that test generation phase, and improve the code structure and just write clear technical documentation. So the course concludes with principles of, also just learning how to use AI responsibly, so that it ensures learners understand how to use these tools effectively and ethically.
Okay, so my follow-up question to that, Sandile, and I get it. It makes a lot of sense. So I am also a software engineer by trade, and so I'm noticing a gap from people who would just generally come and learn like vibe coding or like more of your generative AI skills and how to prompt and stuff and build the apps, right? And the guys that actually started from like learning your data structures and algorithms, learning how to debug like manually on the console or wherever, or your logs or wherever it is. I'm noticing a gap between understanding and the depth of understanding. Like, how do you address that? Because it's of huge concern for me, especially with the next generation. Like, there's a huge gap, and they don't really seem to mind not having that gap to a degree.
Honestly, I comes down to discipline. So for this specific course, we do require you to have some level of knowledge with, software engineering principles, coding as a whole. And I think that's what this course covers, the gap that you're mentioning. So it's basically us just making sure, or rather to facilitate to people so that they know how to use generative AI effectively. In all of the facilitations, we do emphasize that you're supposed to be using generative AI as a learning partner and not a crutch, as what most people are doing. And from some of the testimonies we've gotten, we have noticed that, obviously before you take this course, you assume, oh, I know prompt engineering, I know how to prompt an LLM, but you'll find yourself, having the same conversation with ChatGPT 10 times. No, Chat, I'm telling you to do this. And that's not what we're doing here. We are providing comprehensive prompts in order for you to be able to get a satisfactory response. And while learning how to use the whatever LLM that you're using properly, instead of you having to ask it for answers and so on. That's one of the principles that we make sure to emphasize throughout the duration of the course. I hope I answered you.
Clear. I think for me that answer offers some comfort, especially with addressing the gap. And now I'm actually intrigued to actually join the Within Code course. So is it can I join it remote, or how does it work? Do I have to attend one of the campuses?
Sihle, I think you can take that.
Yeah, I was about also to ask, what's the program? Like, what's the if I want to be enrolled, like, what's the process? I'm also interested. I have to join to learn.
All right. So in terms of the process of applying, you can just head to our website. That's withincode.co.za. And on the top right, if you are using your laptop, then you'll see a button titled AI course. You can just click on that button and apply there. We will ask for a few of your details as well as your professional email, so that can be your work or student email, right? In terms of the course itself, it is online. Right now, we are offering the course online. So it's a 2-week-long course. It's online, and there's facilitated sessions every day. Those facilitated sessions happen for about an hour. So when you are booking, you can book a slot with your preferred time. You can either choose from 9 to 10 a.m. or 10 to 11. And it is remote, so those sessions are every day for the 10 days of the course. Yeah.
If I can have a follow-up question or a clarity, you said for the main course, which is the software engineering, is 6 months, and then how long is for the Gen AI? Because I think everyone is now interested on Gen AI.
Mm-hmm. So for the main course, it's 16 months, right? But for the but for the Gen AI, it's just 2 weeks long.
Oh wow! I need to do it. In terms of that UN is always speaking about inclusive quality education in terms of sustainable development. So how do we make sure that there's inclusion, especially for youth or young people that are in rural areas, in terms of access to these learning opportunities? I think anyone can answer, yes,
Yes.
can answer whether Sandile or Sihle is.
Yes, no problem. So we do ensure inclusivity by offering free and accessible courses, right? Like the Gen AI course. That can also be completed online, right? Reducing the geographical barriers. We also run outreach initiatives to reach youth in undeserved communities, right? Our team even goes above and beyond to visit local hubs so that we can deliver our course at those hubs to help communities who may, not know about the course, because we market the course mainly online, and make sure that we assist the attendees to overcome challenges and stay engaged throughout the program.
Well, that's so great. And in terms of NQF level, because we know that many companies, they want like a certificate for Gen AI course, and like for the main courses, like what are the NQF level? Are they equivalent maybe to the national diploma, or yes, or they just maybe in terms of, can you just assist giving clarity in terms of NQF level?
All right. So in terms of the Gen AI course, you just receive a certificate of completion, right? But with our main program, it's an NQF level 6 as of late, but that is something that we recently upgraded to with the current cohort that we're busy with. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I please come in? So I have a brother who just finished BSc in biochem, and now he wants to enroll in data science and learn more about that space. Do you have any offerings with regards to that?
So in terms of the Gen AI course, no. But as I said earlier, if you are in data science, you've probably done a language like Python, which is also covered in that. And then with regards to the main course, so with how the main course is structured, right? It's generic for everyone. So you obviously we start with Python, and then after 4 months, you then move on to a different language, which is Java. And then after that, we start incorporating, your databases, could be whatever language, SQL, Postgres. And then later on, you specialize, right?
Okay.
So we have special like electives that you specialize in. You have your blockchain, you have your systems integration, and so on.
Yeah.
So I guess that's when he can be catered for.
Okay.
And then in terms of data science as a whole, there are, academies that are similar, or rather hubs, I can say hubs that are offering such opportunities. I guess you probably just need to do a bit more research on that. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. So you're more of a software engineering side. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah, in terms of like South Africa, we know that we have a high unemployment rate, and this is really due to the lack of skills that are needed within the labor market. So, like, what is your success story? Is the within code, like, what is happening? Can you share like your story? What happens after the training? Do you like have learners that you can show, or students that you can say, okay, you can probably say that they've been maybe joined some pathways like learnership, internship, and yeah.
Yes, Bongile. So what we do is, after our students complete the program, we put them in placements, right? So we place our students in our partnering companies. So we are partnered with companies such as MTN, APSA, FNB. And so what happens is, once they complete the course, they are absorbed into those companies. Like I said earlier on, Sandile and I are alumni from Within Code. So we just so happen to be absorbed by Within Code itself.
Oh wow! So yeah, the product of the Within Code programs. That's so amazing. It's inspiring. And do you perhaps maybe work with government institutions and other like university institutions in terms of partnering with this?
So for the Gen AI course?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So most definitely, we are reaching out to partners, organizations to be able to give this course to as many people as we can. We have facilitated to institutions like Sifa Komahato, Rosebank College, even Mindwalks, if you know of it. We've also, had participants from leading tech companies like your BBD, your ABSA, and FNB just take our courses, and these kind of collaborations do help us expand, our reach, just bringing in the industry expertise into the whole program. And I do think that it does ensure that our content, stays relevant to real world needs. So as much as, we're focusing on the youth, we are trying to educate as many people as possible, whether you're in a seniority level or junior level. Yeah.
Wow, that's so great. That's so great. I hope the School of Government in South Africa will also reach out to you, because like I feel like everyone needs to learn about have software engineering or software development skills, especially in this era of artificial intelligence and also of emerging technologies. So I really hope a School of Government will reach out to you, and also like other institutions within the I think the Center of Innovations too is under the PSA. I think you guys can also partner with them. Otherwise, I think I would just need details from yourselves, like in terms of application. Do you go have a call, or which a person can just go to the website and apply? Are you working like a university where like you'll wait until January to accept new students, or you can just a person can just go to the website and apply now, or start? Is it a when it comes to Gen AI course, is it a self-paced course? And then for the main courses, can you just go now and start doing them, or you need to follow the university process?
All right. So with us, you can just go straight to the website and apply. The nice thing about us is we have new cohorts starting every Monday, right? So once you go to the site and you filled in all your details, you just pick a Monday that you want to start, and that's basically it. Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that you said the Gen AI one is a free course. So what about the others? Like, do we have other free courses, the other opportunities outside of the Gen AI that are free?
That would be our main program, which is the 16-month long program. It is also free. But with that program, it works a bit, maybe we could say like the universities, because the intakes right now, they are closed. They should be opening next year around Feb, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I think we will continue to track, and also if there are people who will be having questions after this episode, I will then communicate further with you. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us for this very important episode, and I think it was good, because I think this is the information that we need, especially in a country that is faced with so much youth unemployment. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us like this kind of very important information.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ndlovu.
I also appreciate you guys taking your time, hey. But if I may ask, just from each of you, if there's one thing that you would like to do for Africa as a whole, not just South Africa, what would it be? Whether as an independent person or as an institution. Sorry to put you on a spotlight like that, but like, yeah, I just really because really our mandate is to connect Africa, right? We're trying to connect Africa, so we're working on that, and we feel like institutions like Within Gold and you guys are the bridge in the connection. So if there's anything you like to just shout out there, so we can just spread the message